And good evening, everyone. That breaking news, 2 teens walking down the street shot. One of them is now dead. This happened on Genesee Street this afternoon. Rochester police say it happened in broad daylight on a busy street. They are asking people to come forward with information. Atia Collins is live from the scene. Atia, what do we know so far?
Well, officers say roughly a dozen shots were fired at these 2 victims. Again, 1 teen and a 14-year-old boy. The 14-year-old boy is in the hospital with what officers say are non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the officers say the 2 victims were walking here along Genesee Street when an unknown suspect opened fire. The investigation is still ongoing, but here is what we know so far. The shooting happened a little before 1:30 p.m. Officers were called to the area of Genesee and Earl Street for reports of shots fired, and then for the report of a person shot. Once on scene, officers found a young male in his early teens suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. That male was rushed to URMC where he died from his injuries. Shortly after, a second victim, age 14, arrived by private car to URMC. That victim also suffering from gunshot wounds related to the shooting on Genesee Street. His injuries are considered non-life-threatening at this point. Again, the 2 were walking down the street when this happened. Officers say at least a dozen shots were fired at the victims.
I'm disgusted. We have a 14-year-old shot. We have another young man in his early teens also shot walking down the street. I'm just leaving a soccer tournament where there's hundreds of kids playing soccer, having a good time with their parents, and then we come out here and you got 2 kids walking down the street to get gunned down in broad daylight. Enough. Enough. People got to stand up.
There are currently no suspects in custody, and officers are still on scene here investigating what happened. Parts of Genesee Street will be closed off as they continue the investigation. Reporting, Atia Collins, News 8.